Mitsubishi Motors doesn't sell a lot of cars in the US.
This is one of them, this is the Outlander, and I'm going to tell you about it.
Some of the changes made to the Outlander are good ones. Others make me scratch my head. Here's what I mean.
Okay, so first let's talk about the exterior. Rear, great. Rear 3/4, I dig it. Profile looks nice. I feel like the designers did a great job. But when we swing around to the front and I look at the face, woof, it's as oddly proportioned as a Picasso. Don't know who he is? Look up his work.
It's busy, confused, the headlights seem too small. There's just a lot going on, and to me, it doesn't all work together. On the plus side, however, it does get LED daytime running lights, and you also get wheels that range from 18 to 20 inches depending on which trim level you opt for, so there's that.
Come inside, and I'm scratching my head way less in here. The interior feels like this is part of a much more expensive car from some fabulous European country that is flush with green forests, sauerkraut, and an autobahn.
Here, proportions are right on. Design remains classic, understated, and Mitsubishi has festooned the Outlander with tech galore. There's an 8-inch standard touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also get a 7-inch digital display playing the meat in the sandwich between the analog gauges.
You can upgrade both of those, this to a 9-inch touchscreen and this to this 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. You can also get a head-up display. We don't have that, but you can get it.
The Outlander has 3 rows, and the seats are comfortable. This is a compact 7-passenger SUV that's for sure considering its competition. It rides on the same platform as the Nissan Rogue, so there's one, but the Rogue is only a 5-passenger situation. The Outlander gains 2 inches of width and 1.5 inches of height over the last model, so it's slightly bigger than the Toyota RAV4, Subaru Forester, and Honda CR-V. But it's smaller than other 3 rows that are more mid-size, like the Pathfinder, Highlander, Ascent, and Pilot from those same automakers.
So given that, what is the practical room like in the Outlander? It's a good question. I'm going to show you. Up here, I'm fine. You know, you could even move the seat forward a little bit, which is astounding because normally my seating position is as far up as I can go. Now I know how Mike Danger feels when he tries to get in a car after I've been in it. But in order to get into the 3rd row, this for me has to be all the way forward. And I'll show you what I mean. So the 2nd row, I get in, I'm this normal person. Okay. There's a little less room up here. There's some room back here, but you know what? This reclines a little bit. So I can kind of fake it. It's pretty decent. However, when we go into row trace, so now I'm back here, and genuinely this person here is going to have to be sitting pretty upright in order to make it even remotely comfortable. Well, I've got a little bit of room, but there's really, I mean, it's very tight back here. I'm not gonna lie. And wait a second, you guys. See these headrests? Check it out. Do I look like Marge Simpson? So weird.
Other snazzy bits that add to the lovely in-cabin experience are an optional 10-speaker Bose audio system and a panoramic sunroof.
So one thing that I'm really not liking is the seat construction, at least on the seat bottom. You can see here there's just this sort of weird puckering, and it's happening on both of the front seats. I'm not sure if this is just on our tester. Gosh, I really hope so. But if not, this is a brand new car, and this looks already like kind of ill-stitched and really worn in, so that's not great.
Under the hood, there's only one powertrain on this new model. You can still get a PHEV, but it's going to be on the previous generation that's being called a 2022. So to me, this is a little bit of a questionable move.
especially since the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV is the #1 selling plug-in hybrid in the world. If it's me personally, yeah, I would have led with that.
Instead, the new Outlander gets a Nissan-sourced 2.5-liter air-breathing inline-4. That's not a ton of power, and like a number of Nissan products, this engine's power gets distributed via a CVT.
CVTs are getting better, but this one, it's kind of one of the ones that makes that like super droney noise, especially when you're at the top of the rev range, which these things have a tendency to keep you in that sort of space. Now you do have paddle shifters here in case you want a little bit of extra power. You can do some shifting yourself. Honestly, most people don't care, don't notice. They just like the extra fuel economy that it gets them. One thing I will say, I love the new shifter. It's the same that's in the Pathfinder. It's really nice, very smooth and quick.
Speaking of those gas mileage numeros, let's get them out of the way here.
So back to driving. When you accelerate in this car, oof, you really do feel the full weight of it. Actually, I want to say it feels even heavier than it actually is.
To me, that's more of an issue with the power and the transmission because the underpinnings are actually lighter and stiffer than on the old model. Where those make a difference is in the handling. And here is where the Outlander sees significant improvement. The ride is very comfortable, and the body doesn't roll anywhere near like it used to. The engineers did a stellar job when it comes to how the Outlander feels driving on the road.
Another one for the win column. This has bigger brakes than the Rogue, and got some really good stopping power in them. That's so good, it's even gonna mess up your hairstyle.
With direct and well-weighted steering, the total Outlander drive package feels so much better than the outgoing one. Kudos there, Mitsubishi.
So depending on how you look at it, there are either 3 trim levels that all have packages that you can tack onto them, or there are 8 trim levels that already have those packages tacked onto them. Do you see why there's a lot of head scratching?
The base Outlander ES comes with the goodies already mentioned, as well as forward collision warning, blind spot warning, and cloth seats. You can get your ES with all-wheel drive or add the convenience package that gets you 20-inch wheels or Mitsubishi Connect for $1,000.
To me, the SEL makes the most sense. You're gonna pay about $29,000, that's the base price, and you get all of that stuff, plus you get heated front seats, leather steering wheel, and some great advanced driver safety features like adaptive cruise control or lane keeping assist, and you get wireless charging.
There's an SE Launch Edition and the Tech Package that get you this 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and that sunroof, among other extras. Up in the SEL stratosphere, you're looking at the head-up display, a full leather interior, heated second-row seats, and power seats for your ride or die in the right seat.
So the SEL Touring is the highest you can go. It'll cost you about $35,000, and it comes with all the things. So yes, the Outlander is a little bit of a mixed bag, but you are going to get a great interior, some excellent tech, and greatly improved driving dynamics, which points Mitsubishi, in my opinion, in the right direction. That's this way.